yourself. Okay, the recording is in progress and I got the news. So see, the thing is, I'm also in a Sunday vibes. So I can wear any shirt, pajama and all these things. But normally I used to wear kurta in the colleges in India. So earlier why I'm referring India, because Shweta is from Amity Dubai and I was a founder of Amity Dubai. So whenever founder head of Amity Law Dubai. So this is something, now I am a dean for the law school for Acropolis in Indore. So basically I'm wearing an attire which is actually suits to. Suppose we will think of, and the first point, please mark the first point about the dressing. So the power dressing, you often use this word power dressing and power dressing. Why it is so important, power dressing? Actually power dressing gives you power, that's why it's important. तो power dressing कैसी होती है कि जैसे ही पावर का शब्द किसी चीज में लग गया तो आपको आराम से you'll get a power. So to grab this power, you have to be powerly dressed. Then first step is, if suppose I'm a person who is putting a lot of kajal, and the dark kajal and the thick line kajal. So if a dancer is like, if I'm a dancer, so this eyes makeup and that expressive eyes will look good. But if I'm putting a big bindi, normally I put a big bindi. But today, purposefully, because I'm not wearing a sari and I'm talking to the youngster, I had not intentionally not put a big bindi. When I want to look powerful within women's, I always put a red bindi with the big red bindi. So what does it mean? That means appropriate dressing is important. And whenever we are going for an interview, question is your dressing when you enter into a room. Whenever you are dressing, normally what happened was, when someone is coming, they are prepared, they make their resume, and whenever the resume is there in their hand, they are writing everything about them. Sometimes if you are a newcomer or if you're a fresher, you are writing hobbies also, which is not very much required in Indian but in other part of the world it's required. They actually want to know what's your hobbies, what is all about, like how your personality is. But whenever the job, first of all you have to understand.
तो यार मेरी मीटिंग चल रही है
I request the participant.
कोई बात नहीं, it happens because you are at home and you are in a casual environment, so like it's happened. So I love the casual environment, so don't worry about it, like it is something happening. जो कुछ हो रहा है अच्छा हो रहा है, कुछ हो रहा है, ये important है. So सबसे important बात यहाँ dressing. The first point is dressing. Now coming to the second point, when you are writing your resume, what you are doing actually, you are actually expressing yourself, what you did, what your experience is, what you want to be, and that's reflects in your CV or that's reflects in your resume. So first of all, when you are introducing yourself, your family doesn't see, family name is already there, you're within a surname, but what's your family, your occupation, and all these things are immaterial for that. Up now, whenever I am applying, if I'm applying for a company, so what I have to do, I have to check my profile whether it is fit in that profile or not. So I will write only my corporate experience. I will not highlight my academic experience. Normally I am not applying for any job, but the thing is, if it is I'm applying for any earlier, I was, after coming back from Dubai, I had actually made an edutech called LEDX. So that's edutech for legal learners. So when I made that edutech, what happened was, that time my profile of academics is having very low profile in that way, because academic doesn't play any important role over there. So my technical skill, my other than my technical skill, my marketing, my convincing, my like how to recruit people, that is important, and how to design the curriculum, that is also important. So the most important point coming out of this conversation is, first is power dressing, second is you have to check the resume. And what sitting in central part of India, I have noticed many of a time the spelling mistakes. The spelling mistakes are very common in central part of India. Mistakes. So it gives me an impression by अपना resume देखो मेरा पागल कर देगा ये तो मुझे. So it's normally whenever I'm taking interviews for someone, so please cross check all spelling, because sometime what will happen if you are putting a Grammarly, suppose you are using a Grammarly, a software, it correct the spelling. It doesn't means like it correct the sentence if you are not taking the paid version. So the most important part is no spelling mistakes in your resume. Now formatting part, I usually see that the people are making a resume and that's not properly formatted. If you want to add something, abhi aap kya karte ho, once you have made the resume with the help of some what we call the programmer or someone, you have taken the help of some IT guy. But if you want to add anything to it, you are not taking help of him and you are just doing by yourself because you had already paid the money. So that's things automatically when you are adding and you don't know the formatting part and all these things, you are not putting a same kind of font or same kind of justifying the things and all. So first impression when I see the resume, oh my God, he don't know formatting, how he's going to contribute to us. As a student, I have 40 interns before from the law. So I know what kind of work they are going to do, and they are very perfect in like whatever they know, like how they are writing story and content writing, because I was in that. So when we are hiring for content writing, I used to, for my PA, recently I have gone through with a CV that's he has written blah, 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 blah. And when I ask him, just write a mail to asking to the procurement department that we have to buy these many chairs and library. He is not able to write a single line. And I have that as always a memory कि मेरे अपना माथा पकड़ लिया. I'm not able to understand 2 lines. And what he has written, actually, if he is going to read, he's not able to read. I don't know what he has written, the crap. So basically, the most important part is I used to take written test. And so be ready when you are going for an interview. Sometime the interviewer might be asked you to write something. I'll share my experience. I was gone for an assistant professor interview for a CPJ college. Like when I start the job, so when I had joined the job, so I had अभिषेक जी सुन लीजिए हमारी बात. Abhishek. Okay, so what happened was कि at that time they had asked me Geetanjali ma'am, we will give you a professor job, but you have to tell us how to run a college, and that the journey starts from that day the journey starts. So I was having a student college, there should be seminar, there should be guest lecture, there should be visit, there should be a moot court, there should be, so something it was in my mind, because I'm from Aligarh Muslim University. So something was in my mind ki chalo kuch kar lenge. I have written all these things and I use the internet and I use the computer. At that point of time, the internet and all these things are not in luxury in the local colleges of NCR. So that college was in Narela, CPJ, Chandra Prabhu Jain College of Higher Studies. So when I made that the plan, so that's a part of the test. And I had cleared the test and I was the founder head of that CPJ College of Narela. Because I given that plan, and believe me, I don't have any idea how I'm going to execute it. So you can have courage whenever you are going to give an interview. And whenever we are going for a company. So always it is advisable and it is advised always that you have to study about company. हमको क्या करना है? We have to all inquire about company, their branch offices, their main offices, their clientele, what are their achievements. All these things are homework to everyone. So the most important part is you have to understand that what company in what areas about, how this sector is growing, how this company is like, what is the last turnover of this company, all these things. And especially the people, especially about HR. It is nowadays, it's very easy. If you know the HR who has contacted you, just see the LinkedIn profile of that person also. So you will get a little bit idea about the HR who is going to talk to you initially. Second thing is, now when you prepare for job interview, as I mentioned about dressing, but sometimes some don'ts I want to. Sometimes people put nail paint. The females, I'm talking about females. So nail paint and very dark color, very red lipstick and all these things, and heels, and wearing first time and going into the, like whenever entering into the office, they're not able to walk properly. Plain shoes can work. Without heels can work. It's not a place where you have to be attract someone, you have to impress someone. अगर आप ऐसे लड़खड़ाते हुए जा रहे हो तो उसको तो पता ही चल जाएगा. So you have to actually give a confident, and confident come with the first, as I mentioned. अब लड़कों का भी बता देती हूँ. I will tell about boys also. It's not about girls. So boys, whenever you are wearing a shoes, if it is loafers and all, so they're wearing socks. That's actually wrong. You should not wear socks. If you are wearing socks, it should not be visible from your trouser and from shoes. So it should be the socks which will cover the area till ankle. It should not be visible out of shoes. Whenever you are wearing a tie, the length of the tie is till your belt buckle. It has to cover your belt buckle. If it is not covering, that means you want to show off that it is LV. So don't do that. See, this is something, whenever you are wearing a tie, it has to cover the buckle of your belt. And now, if it is boys are wearing socks, now the full socks, and the trouser is also having a full length, not an ankle length. So you can wear that socks, but that sock should not be visible. When very clear. Second thing, the color, it should not be colorful also. Then the white shirt, normally you are wearing a tie on the coat, attire. We were talking about attire. So no, the other most important thing is, if you know how to wear tie properly, then only wear tie, otherwise don't wear tie. And this shirt, the button of the shirt, at least you have to tie the collar. So it should not be, has to be look decent. And when it comes to the girl, it is have properly comb. It should not be come on your face. It should not be, because one is doing like this. So it will attract the boys, but it will not attract the employer of my age if you are going for a company. Then second thing is, whenever the boys, though I know the beard is very much in. So if you're keeping a beard, it is nowadays very in. And in Dubai, in Kerala, it's very much in. So I'll tell you that beard is good. So you have to go clean shave. Then mustache is fine, but the beard should not be there. And make the shave on the same day. The boys, please mark this thing. You are already have the shave at night, but do it in the morning also. If it is, because see, it's a greenish shave is also not look very good. It's look good to females, but not look for interviewer. So always remember these things. Now coming back to the attire and everything. So you understand, nail has to be proper, has to done. The nude color should be there. Lipstick should be neutral. These are the some of the things. See, this will work in Indian attire. If it is Dubai, I'll tell you the red lipstick, that's very much in. But if it is you are going for an interview for academics or some company, so depending upon your profile, if you're going for a receptionist, so obviously you have to look very attractive. But if you are going for a job, so I'm expecting the students who are all sitting in front of me, they are going for the legal interview or something, job interview like that. So you have to be, if you don't know anything, I'm now coming to complete the part of the dressing. Now coming to the very first question which someone will ask you, let's tell about yourself. Let's introduce yourself. The very first question that's going to be asked by any employer, anyone whom you are going to meet. So how to reply that question? I'll give you. Recording in progress. You have to divide this question in your mind, and you have to be prepared for that. It in 3 sections, 3 segments. First section is, I'm Dr. Geetanjali, having experience of this much of years. So that's a part of, I'm Dr. Geetanjali. If I'm specialized in corporate laws and management, and I'm having experience, and with the experience of 20 years in academics and this. So first 2 lines are to be like that, where you have very less time in a 5 minute like run through from your CV. So that's the important part. So first 2 lines is all about you. I'm so and so. I'm Amarnath Prasad. I'm Amamat Prasad, and I have experience of, or I did internship this much of. But these 2 lines. Then you have to tell about what is your specialization, what you are good in. What you are good in, that means what if you have a work experience. If you don't have work experience, then you have to tell about your you are good in communication. So the very first question will, very first 5 minutes of your interview will decide your future. So remember this. Second and third part is whatever you have researched about the company and all these things. So you have to tell that if I have given this opportunity and I want to, and don't never ever talk bad about your previous company if you are having a work experience. You're going to ask you why you are leaving that job, why you have not, like, why this very shorter period, why there is no retention, why you are leaving, what is it? Because see, I'll tell you, sometime it happens, the process of interview is to reject people. There are so many CVs. It is not to get people in. It's not an internship. Law internship is all about getting people without money. So, but when it comes to job, their process is to reject someone. So how to reject someone? So when they are rejecting, and so many resumes are there and people are actually appearing for interview, so you have to be calm, take a deep breath, enter into the room, attire you already had followed, and now when you are sitting, so the posture has to be not like that, not like this way. You have to be not like leaning on the table. You have to be comfortable. The shoulder has to be as a 90 degree, as a 360 degree, 180 degree. So this has to be, la posture should be like that, and you have to be look confident. And for the, especially for the female, don't put your bag, mobile, laptop bag on table. If you have a mobile, keep your phone on silent and put in your pocket, not on table. If you have a bag and a laptop bag, your purse and the whatever the handbags and all, take one bag only and keep on the. That table is not for yours, that is for document. That's not for a storage purpose and all these things. So keep this thing in a mind. Never put your stuff on the table unless and until somebody will offer you, and don't, whenever you are asking, they will give you the permission to sit, and you have to courtesy, you have to say thank you for that, because they are giving you the opportunity. So always be courteous about certain thing, whether you like it or not like it. Nowadays, now when see, whenever we were, if they are, oh my God, I'm so thirsty. And the other point is about discipline on time. So if you are on time always, that means you are late. On time is late. You have to be before time. When I joined this meeting, actually I asked to Shweta that I want to join beforehand and I want to see whether it is working or not. 2-3 minutes I have like most might be 5 minutes I have talked to Shweta table, and still whenever we were doing these kind of workshop, we were actually practice. तो जैसे आप देखते हो ना मूवी को क्या कहना चाहिए, मूवी को सक्सेस होने के लिए एंटरटेनमेंट और एंटरटेनमेंट होना चाहिए, वैसे ही प्रैक्टिस. So practice made the man perfect. So if you really want to take that job, and if you really want that this job has to be like yours, be disciplined, be before time. कभी-कभी क्या होता है ना, आप पहले से गए, you are sitting comfortably, you will get a relaxing time, you know the environment, you will get a glass of water, whenever you are waiting. And sometime I went for a Ford fellowship, for interview for the Ford fellowship, and that was a third round of Ford fellowship. So they taken us to a room, and there they kept the cameras and all these things are there. That recording we have seen afterwards. So how we were reacting in that room, how we were behave time. So keep in mind that interview start the moment you given your resume in the company. Always, if it is, I don't know, like India, normally I want always in Dubai, it's a culture that you have to give your photograph on your resume. Normally, nowadays people are following it. So keep your photograph, a smiling photograph, which actually like describe your personality. If I am strong, I have to look so like it's something I want to show that I'm very acting and shy for drama and something. For film company it will work, but if it is I'm a professor, I should look like a professor. If I'm going for a lawyer practice, I should look like a practicing lawyer. If it is, and not only then it is comes to the knowledge part. See, no matter how much good you are in subject, but please do remember it's after a 20 years of a time, I always go after reading. You have to read, you have to be, because I scared with youngsters. See, they will get everything on internet. So I have to be abreast myself. If it is a Netflix, if it is any OTT platform, if it is Times of India, Hindu, or if it is just news breakout on a Insta. So I always abreast myself for a reason, because I'm going. So always remember, read the morning newspaper, read the morning every day. You have to read the newspaper, but at the day of interview, don't forget to read the newspaper, because that's going to help you in the, because might be they will ask, okay, you don't know, like you are not able to answer this, okay, tell me about the morning news. And if you are blank in that also, and sleep properly before interview. See, when I see over of last night, so I understood, ये तो झूठ बोल रहे हैं, ये तो कुछ नहीं है मैम, सोए नहीं, बहुत डर रहे थे. No, डर नहीं रहे थे. That's a hangover. They did party till morning, and now they're coming to the class and they are coming. So in the same way, employer also know if it is they are not punctual in the time and not coming on the time and coming with this faces, how they are going to work the whole day. So they are wasting. See, money is important and time is money. So always remember, so you should respect for your time as well as his time. So you have to be very particular. And if you are not, and if it is in case, sometime what happens is, if the interview, you are going for an interview and you want to delay it, that's not going into your favor. Believe me, if somebody will, I have taken an interview of 50 people, and if it is someone is not able to come on that particular day, for me it's out. Why? Because if you something emergency or something is done, then you should write to them that this happened, and you should inform, because see, be a professional, you should follow all this thing. Still, if it is, I'm not going to college today, if it is Sunday, so I'm going to inform them. If it is like, if it is, because it's Sunday is working nowadays for admission people. If I'm not going, but I'm handling the phones, I'm taking all phone calls, I'm arranging all the things. So be remembered, that's like, you should give your time, because time is the 5 minutes 17 seconds. Let me know, you are going to change the room or what you are going to do.
Ma'am, I can give another link. Yes.
Okay, so I will take a question. In the meanwhile, just share the link, and in the meanwhile, I will take up the question with anyone whosoever is listening to me.
Ma'am, I think I can use the same link. Yes.
Okay. Any questions? Like, if it is someone wants to ask that. Yes, Kanishka. If someone have question, otherwise I'll continue. Just we have to join the other link. They all know about it?
Ma'am, I think we can join the same link again.
Okay. So we will join the same link and we'll get a more time. We'll buy the time like in a games. Yesterday, I'm actually playing a game and we will have to see that advertisement or something. Otherwise, I have to go for that. So see, the thing is, several times I'm watching competition because I'm not playing for money. Okay, chalo. So we'll go in another link and I'll leave this meeting, and in the meanwhile, we'll meeting again. Okay, so for a short break, catch you up in the next meeting. Thank you.